Welcome back. I'm your mindset coach, Williams, and this is where you want to be to learn about mindset, limiting beliefs, inner strength, and I have some affirmations sprinkled in there for you too. If that sounds good to you, then please do not forget to hit that subscribe button and tap that bell so you don't miss when I upload new videos each and every week. In today's video, you are going to learn 4 growth mindset tips for your self-development. Now, I want to remind you that your mindset is the sum of your thoughts and beliefs that determine how you make sense of yourself, your immediate environment, and the world you live in. So you can imagine how having a growth mindset would be pretty important, right? To give you some context of what I'm talking about, just so you know, Stanford professor Carol Dweck describes a growth mindset as people who believe that their success depends on time and effort. And people with the growth mindset feel their skills and intelligence can be improved with effort and persistence. They also embrace challenges, persist through obstacles, and learn from criticism. They also seek out inspiration in others' success. So today you are going to learn the 4 growth mindset tips that will help you with your self-development, and I'm hoping it'll inspire you to have the glass half full type of mentality that you need for an abundant life. Okay, so if you landed on this video, you are likely struggling with maintaining a positive outlook on your personal development. Maybe you're thinking, I have so many things I want to accomplish, but I just can't see it happening. You are probably finding challenges at every turn and are finding it difficult to push through those things that keep getting in your way, right? Well, my friends, I understand. I understand how this can be discouraging and possibly deter you from persevering, right? And being resilient. And quite honestly, you might even want to give up on your dreams. But we don't want that. So here is my first growth mindset tip that will help you get in the right frame of mind to overcome those challenges. All right, tip number 1. It is never too late to learn. Never, my friends. So one of the biggest myths about learning something new is that you are too old or it's too late in your life to learn a new skill, whether it's going back to traditional school to earn your degree or taking any type of online course to learn a new skill set. Or it could just be for you wanting to, increase your self-discovery. Well, I'm here to tell you that it is never too late. Actually, do you know that research has found that older adults often engage in what they call memory avoidance? And this suggests that their ability to learn is impacted by their own will rather than their ability. Isn't that crazy? So in this case, having a mindset that says, I can learn something new, and believing that to be true and actually pursuing your personal development is what you need to do. And that is the key to evolving and accomplishing something that is near and dear to your heart. Okay, so tip number 2, accept and embrace constructive criticism. Yes, look, I understand that it can sometimes be tough to handle negative feedback, right? I get it. Someone being critical of something you've put your heart and soul into, even if it's meant to be helpful, can feel like an attack and will often put you on the defense, right? You'll feel defensive, especially if you associate your abilities with how you identify yourself and what you're all about. So let's talk about how you can shift your mindset about constructive criticism to a more positive outlook about, how that feedback can help you improve. Because after all, this is all about your personal development, right? It's about your self-mastery. It's about your evolution. So for example, let's say your friend or colleague says, I enjoyed your presentation, but I think there are a few ways you could make it more concise. Now, a few things you should do or consider or think about doing are analyze the feedback. Take a step back and look at your presentation. You might find that you agree with your colleague. You also want to ask questions, right? You want to think, where did they specifically think you could cut back? You want to ask them that. You also want to express gratefulness. Say thank you and realize that they were just trying to help you as a fellow team member. Another thing you want to think to do is strategize. How can I improve this presentation based on this feedback? It's kind of what you want to think to yourself. And you want to create goals. Keep conciseness in your mind when you're writing future presentations. See? Simple, right? That is how you can flip it from being fixed to a growth mindset. So I encourage you to keep on trying to do that. Take a deep breath, be mindful of your reaction the next time you receive feedback. And I guarantee you that pause will help you take it in a little bit better. All right, so it's time for a pulse check. Tell me what from the first 3 tips resonated with you. I'd love to hear from you. Also, as I give you these tips, you may be saying, yeah, okay, Regina, easier said than done, right? Well, check out this video for some affirmations for having a growth mindset that may help you affirm this thought process and help you along a little bit. And then comment on it and let me know you were there. Okay, so tip number 3, do not be defined by the outcome. This one is tough. I know, because as a society, we have become conditioned to be so attached to our results. We have been taught to focus on test scores, right? Grades, ultimately how much money we're bringing in. And, quite honestly, the finality of those things can create a fixed mindset. For example, if you relate your worth to the final outcome and that outcome is not what you expected it to be, then guess what? It can be very damaging to one's ego and your outlook on your skill set and abilities, and we do not want that. So friends, what I would recommend is that you shift to a positive growth mindset and start focusing on your efforts towards good habits that ultimately accumulate and amount to you feeling better about the progress you're making towards your goals. That's the way you should be thinking about it. I mean, for instance, when I first started my YouTube channel, I recall a friend saying, that's a lot of work for one video. I mean, have you started making any money yet? Or even one time when I was so excited about a shout out I received from one of my mentors, LENARDUZZI, in this video, that I shared it with another friend, right? I was like, oh my God, you're not going to believe this. And their response was, have you seen any increase in your views from that? Like, did that really do anything for you or help you at all? Listen, as of the date of this video, that video has gotten over 42,000 views. And not to mention, Sunny has 527,000 plus subscribers. And shortly after that shout out, she was featured in a Forbes article that stated her videos on her channel received over 27 million views. Now, I mean, I can't help but think that when I get new subscribers or a few more views on a video that may have, it just could have come from someone seeing me on her video, right? So saying I am beyond honored and grateful for that shout out would be, an understatement. To me or any other up and coming YouTuber, that is huge. Okay? I'm just saying. But not everyone is where you are in your journey. They're not where I'm at in my journey. So they may not get it, and that's totally fine. I mention this because for me, those could have been soul-crushing comments, right? Could have got me down on myself. But because I know the power of letting things slide off my back and understanding that people are only interested in the final outcome, to define your success. I was able to stay in my positive growth mindset to not let it affect my progress. So, I'm challenging you to do the same thing. It's okay if certain people don't see your vision the way you do, or aren't in in a place in their lives where they've evolved enough to understand that all your diligent and intentional work is worth it. And with all your consistency and perseverance, success and the results you desire will surely come. So, in my Forrest Gump voice, that's all I have to say about that. Now, for tip number 4, the last one, please do not seek approval from others. This one right here is huge. I cannot tell you how freeing it is to not do this. This one thing, basically not give a about what others think or say about it, about what you're doing. Please, please, please do not self-sabotage by seeking approval from others on what you're planning to do or are currently doing, right? It is an absolute spirit crusher. Your close friends and family are usually not your ideal clients. If you're a coach or something, they're not your subscribers or your cheerleaders for your journey, whatever it is. So I encourage you to consider the source when taking in opinions and perspectives, others have about what it is you're aiming to do. Because 9 times out of 10, it just shouldn't matter, to be honest. For example, if you make a personal decision to do something that is different from what your friends or family believe you should be doing, or different from what maybe they believe in, or if you take, if you take that into consideration, what I'm trying to say is when contemplating that decision, it could lead to procrastination on moving forward. And by the way, if you need some help to stop procrastinating, check out this video. It can, help you with that. So let's say you do proceed without getting approval in advance and they disapprove of whatever it is you've done or decided to do. Now, this could lead to self-doubt and discouraging, kind of behavior from yourself and making that imposter syndrome creep in and make you second guess yourself with every next step you take. So I'm going to need you to not do this, okay? Because it's in your best interest to just not worry about that. Instead, get into a growth mindset and respect their opinions, right? You know what I mean. Hear them and realize that you and you alone have total control over whether you allow them to influence your decision or not. Okay. So now that you have the 4 growth mindset tips for your self-development, as I mentioned at the start of this video, the resource I wanted to share with you is my Dream Life Manifesting Planner. Yes, my friends, I talk about it every video because this planner is going to take you through the actual steps you need to not only overcome your limiting beliefs, but craft the ideal life you desire. It will prompt you to think about your life and the vision you have for yourself in ways that you never had before. So please head down to the description below this video and click the link to download it now. And one last thing, if you like this video, then please let me know by giving it a thumbs up. You know who else you let know? The YouTube algorithm. So they push my video out. So I appreciate that support. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and tap that bell so you don't miss when I upload new videos each week. Oh, and check out my latest short by clicking on the link at the end of this video. It's just gives you about 3 affirmations to help you achieve your goals. And let me know you like that one too by tapping that thumbs up as well. Okay, so that's it for now. That's all I got for this week. But I want you to remember this one thing. Once you believe you can, you will. I'm just trying to help you get there.